This fountain is super dirty. If only we knew someone who was able to clean it. I can't contain my excitement anymore. I'm actually really happy to be cleaning this. This is the most satisfying thing ever. I'm not looking forward to cleaning the gnomes themselves though. Mostly just because there's too many weird little angles. It's gonna take too long. And these weird little tough spots on here are also kind of annoying, but we'll get each and every one of them. So it looks like we're actually making pretty good progress. Then you remember there's a backside to all of these things. Okay, this gnome is officially clean on his pillar. I think I'm gonna come back for the gnomes individually because I want to get this big surface done. It might have the power to get most of the way through this. Nope, we're gonna need the green one. Green one should take care of it halfway decently. So if you need me for the next 4 or 5 hours, I'm gonna be cleaning whatever this thing is. And I'm not really sure what constitutes like a whole panel, if it's just the railing or if I need to do all of this as well. Either way, I'm excited for it. I developed the strategy of walking back and forth. It's very satisfying to do this. Kinda wish I still had my other upgraded pressure washer though. I feel like you could be doing a little bit more with a bigger nozzle. But this is still gonna work just fine. The white nozzle is pretty much useless here. It's gotta be green or better for taking out basically anything. So I just remembered that in the upper left, it actually shows you like your progress you're doing on things. So we've still got a long ways to go on some of this. The outer wall cap we're doing not bad on, but I think it is the whole big circle. And I didn't actually get my gnome all the way clean. There's still a little bit in hiding weird little spots, and this is why the gnomes are going to be so annoying. Okay, the gnome is cleaned. $2 easy. This outer wall is looking pretty good. These are individual panels, but I still got to get the tough part, so you need the tough sprayer for that. And I might actually have to go over these with the yellow nozzle anyway, because look how much dirt I left behind. Even these decorations are their own individual piece, so I should be cleaning these even more thoroughly. Okay, the 4 wall decorations are done. Now I guess I'll just move on to the wall panels with something like the yellow nozzle. Yellow wall cap cleaned. Another $2 easy for me. The yellow nozzle is clearly going to be my friend today. We have other nozzles, but yellow is really the only one powerful enough to do stuff while still having a big enough area to actually be effective. So the trick with these outside parts is actually that little sliver right there and sometimes along the bottom. But generally, if I just give that a good spray, then a little bit on the bottom, it's done. But look at that, we're almost done. Or, 5%. The yellow nozzle really does get a little bit bigger when you take a step back. It's just trying to find that nice little balance of where it can still actually clean stuff and be big enough to be of use. But for now, I've just been basically circling the outside, and there's where I left off, so now we go back the other way. Then it's just kind of a matter of getting those pesky corners and trying to keep the right distance away, that things are in control, powerful, and still washing a big area. So then I reach the other side and I work my way back again. And I'm definitely spending a lot of time trying to find kind of that max speed balance. Because while this is satisfying, the other part of my brain tells me we're in a big hurry to get this done. It needs to be done like right now. Getting to this point kind of does feel all worth it because you really start to get the contrast of what it's going to look like compared to what it was. I'm already really annoyed about having to clean all of these little things considering I need to switch the heads for it, but I guess that's okay ultimately. Plus I do get to start checking some of these off because each time I finish a panel, it's done. And I finally get some acknowledgement for my very hard work, $1.50. But again, I'm still largely going to need to leave the gnomes alone because they're just too many fine intricate details for now. I need to get adequately warmed up before that. But there is this new aim mode too where you can work weird little angles, so we'll have to remember that exists later. I think in a way the gnomes look better like this. The outer wall at least is officially done. The little gold badges we still need to work on, then we gotta figure out that disaster. The gold badges should be easy. I'm just gonna randomly spray them until they're happy, which still could take a moment. The little ones will probably be easier because I think you can very clearly see most of their dirt right away. And if we get really intense, we can actually go prone and get right in there. Also forgot I had this kind of swirly jet too, which is very powerful but covers
just a little bit of area,
so I can be even lazier. And now the little gold badges are done too, so if you go prone and sit really close to the wall, it looks like the job is entirely done. So good. And then we move on to the top of the railing. These are their own part, but to finish them off we need to get under there, so I'm going to do that with the next step. For now, I'm focused right on top. I'm very grateful I have this yellow nozzle. It really basically does everything for me. I do wish I had like a bigger, more powerful one, but this one will certainly get the job done. Little bit by little bit, we're gonna get there. So now we'll do the underside, which is some very quick gratification because we basically just have to go like that and these are done. I know I've probably said this 80 times before, but I'm just loving this. It's so satisfying to just go back and forth here endlessly, getting the little dings going off, watching everything get cleaner as we go. I mean, just look at it. Okay, the tops and outside of the railing is done. Now I guess I gotta do the whole big floor surface, which I'm probably gonna have to use the nozzle for the yellow one because I think some of this stuff is pretty stuck on there and you need to get like 99% for it to be complete. Yeah, these are gonna be really time consuming because it's hard to see the dirt. The raised pool cascade, however, not so tough. And I didn't even know what these are called, but I'm looking forward to these. But the pool bottoms, I'm not looking forward to so much. I'm probably gonna do it something like this where I just go back and forth until I'm satisfied. I really can't settle into a good way to do the pool bottom, so I'm just gonna kind of go like this for a while. Even that is leaving dirt behind. It's so hard to get it all on the first pass, and that's really what I want to do. I better get like $1 million for completing this. This is gonna take a long time to do. And then I can spend that $1 million on a bigger, better power washer, or even an army of people to do the power washing for me. That way I can just sit back and kind of collect the money. But you do get those nice moments like this where it's just so satisfying to go back and forth. No complaints at all, except that I'm running out of coffee. It is starting to move pretty slow, I've just realized. I was going 10 times faster a minute ago. I think this time at least I did a much more thorough job of cleaning the bottom, so I shouldn't really have to go back. Like once I connect all this clean spot together, it should be done. I don't know how I started doing figure eights. It's part of the mystery. Wow, I wasn't even all the way done and I got done. I'm gonna try some of this spray because it does such a nice big area. Hopefully that will kind of soften up this. Maybe this is a bad idea. I was hoping it would soften it up enough for me to go over with like one of the other washers, nice and easy like, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Because in a perfect world, I would use the white washer, but it's not strong enough. It leaves the grime behind, even if I'm very close and very thorough. Next option would be the green, which might work, but I feel like that's still leaving a little bit behind depending on how many overlaps I do. Yeah, it is slightly bigger than the yellow, so I guess we could try it. The worst that could happen is I'll just have to wash more. So far so good anyway. Maybe we should just go prone the whole time, like a snake, and then we're nice and close to the ground. Okay, I think I might have found the winning formula for these bottom parts. Basically to use a green nozzle with a fair bit of overlap. Because I can still walk pretty quick, I can still cover a pretty big area, I just need to be sure that I'm thoroughly overlapping the last lane I did. I don't know if that spray stuff really helped this part, I don't think it did. So this will hopefully be clean enough so that when I get to the end, we're good to go. I may have been wrong about the green nozzle on the floor and the overlap because I'm done and it's not done. Though there is quite a bit of grime kind of up underneath. That might be all it is. I really hope it is. Okay, I was just kind of randomly spraying with the yellow and it finished, so progress. This is heartbreaking. I just finished this panel. Oh, never mind. We got it. So that means I get to celebrate with a raised pool cascade, which is so far defeating me. Oh, I think that's the last little problem right in there. That's why it's important to floss every day. Definitely making progress though. Look how clean this little gnome is. He looks so happy compared to the rest. I don't like this floor anymore. I really want to get this done. Think I might have found a faster way to do the floor. I think I can actually move at a pretty good speed as long as I'm doing like a half overlap to my last pass. Because if I can go this quick, we can actually do the bottom fairly fast. I was going way slower a second ago, but we're about to find out. Yep, this is the second most excited I've ever been about a pool floor. I think I still probably need to do the very edges with the yellow nozzle just to make sure they're nice and clean, but then I can do the green thing all the way. So then it looks something like this, and then I can basically speed run it. I think the nozzle is definitely most powerful right down the center, so as long as I'm going something like this, and then working my way over either side, it should be just fine. And if it's not, we'll just go back to doing it the hard way. Pretty much what I'm used to. My strategies always work to 100% perfection, we all know that. This really is a lot quicker though. There's probably going to be a spot or two I need to go over again, but this is so much quicker. And another strip. Almost done. A little more. Uh-oh, we may have left some dirt behind somewhere. Which seems weird to me, but oh, I guess that's technically the pool floor still up until that point. I didn't realize there was still more of the floor there. Okay, I'm going to try and do this even a little bit faster. I can see it's doing just a little bit less good work, but I'm just trying to maximize my movement speed. Because if I can be moving this quick, then suddenly we're even quicker. And then I can use just the arrow keys also. I don't need to readjust my aim really. I just need to adjust where my man is walking. Or whatever I am. I assume I'm a human being, but you never really see them. Once I do get closer to the edges though, I do need to adjust my aim because walking up that curve throws everything out just a little bit. But that did a really nice job on the pool floor except for this spot, but it gets hard to see because of the patterns in the pool. And I just realized I'm suddenly 37% of the way done, but I think I'm probably more than that just based on surface area. Whatever the case, let's celebrate with another raised pool cascade, my favorite part of all. Another $1.50, well earned. And just finished the floor, so yeah. basically done. It kind of hurts right now because I've done so much cleaning and you can't really see it. The whole fountain still looks like a mess, with the exception of this guy. But now I can do these walls, and I don't think these are going to be that hard. They don't seem that hard to scrub, and they're not that big. I think the green nozzle is quickly turning into my favorite. It can pretty much do the same thing as a yellow, you just got to know how to use it. And you can move really quick with it. Sometimes you just got to overlap, but that's okay because you more than make up for that with super speed. Yeah, these walls go nice and quick, especially because they're individual parts, which does also mean you've got to check the individual parts and be really easy to overlook some, but it's starting to look nice. Getting closer and closer to the finished product. This is going to go quicker because these don't take too long at all. I just still need to work out a better strategy for doing them, but I think I'm going to have a similar strategy to how I did the floor. I'm just going to kind of go quickly, but I'm going to double down on some of the spots. So far that seems to be working actually really well because I just finished both of those wall surfaces. I just want to make sure, yeah, that corner, that's what will get me later because I'll do the whole thing and wonder what part I missed. For some reason, the top on this is the part I like the least. It's pretty easy and straightforward, but I just enjoy it the least. Maybe because it reminds me of the pool floor that I already spent a lot of time on. I'm also now experimenting. I just realized I'm in a shadow. That if I go back and forth like this, I might actually be able to do it even faster because I'm pretty sure every time the wand passes over a dirt spot, it has to clean some regardless of speed. Getting better. I haven't even had to use my ladder yet. I don't even know where my ladder is, but my skills are getting better. The whole high speed back and forth thing kind of worked, but I think it's still faster to go something like this. Just take a step back, do big overlaps, and then you can come back and get the area afterwards. But look how quickly we can do like this entire segment, more or less. And just like that, the railings are done. So let's stand back and take a look and then think about what I'm going to do next. It's going to be fun to get up there. But I guess for now I'll probably focus on one of these parts that we can't really see from the outside, so it's not overly gratifying. But at least here I get to run all the way in circles if I want to, so we're going to do that for now and hopefully this works eventually. So far it looks like it sort of is, but this stuff might be holding on pretty hard. It's pretty grimy. But I've got time. We'll just keep going around and around until something happens. This is tougher dirt on a smaller area though, so even if I have to move a little slower, it's not the end of the world. These pool lights are also their own little thing. We get 50 cents for washing those, so I really should just become a pool light cleaner. That would take no time at all and I could probably wash like 1,000,000 in a day. So the pool floor, I'm pretty sure it's just all one really big piece, so I'm just going to go section by section for the rest and just sort of clean up the rest of this. Shouldn't take long. So far I think this has been my favorite part. I really don't know why, but I don't know why I like anything or how my brain works in general. But we're almost done. And I guess we'll find out pretty shortly if I've done a good enough job to actually have this complete, as I very lazily finished this area. But okay, we're like 99% done, so now I need to find just a little more dirt somewhere on the floor. I suspect it's either under this rim or right against this wall where it'd be hard to differentiate. So I'm just going to circle for now doing this because I'll at least get the next step started and I'll get whatever's sitting on the floor in between the two. The jagged edge of the fountain is going to get pretty annoying there too as it bumps me around. And I think that's the end of it. Did I do it? No, I didn't do a full circle yet. I tricked myself. Alright, so since I finished a circle, I'm pretty sure the missing part's going to be somewhere up underneath as I crawl around like a snake. Okay, just randomly spraying a spot there. This spot finished. Now we're 56% of the way done, so that number's moving up quickly. I think this part's going to go fairly quick too because I'm just going to do the same sort of strategy where I'm just going to spray around and I'm going to overlap the sprays as I circle. The bricks should be done in no time. My guy's probably going to get dizzy, but that's what he signed up for by being a power washer. It's a little harder to like do the overlap here, simply because I keep getting bumped around and it's harder to see the line of grime on the bricks at times. Right there it's pretty obvious, but then here it's a little harder to tell. Okay, since these little bump outs are driving me nuts, I'm just going to go back and forth and do it one little section at a time because there's no way to consistently do that and that annoys me. But I do think this is one of those that I'll be able to do at pretty high speeds as long as I do lots of overlap. One section done, so there we go. We're just going to do pretty much that same thing back and forth until the whole circular neck is done. I don't know what to call it. The neck of the fountain. Okay, we're up to 61%. I, for some reason, thought there was like 4 of these rings. There's like 600 around there, so it actually takes a second. The ring is done. Look how close we're getting. Every time we finish something now, we're so much closer. We just have this little area and these idiots left. Some of this is going to get a little bit tedious, and now that I stand close to this, I realize how big it is. But now we'll do a little exploring to see what exactly each of these individual parts are. This apparently is a foundation cap, and then that's a column base. So this flat spot is different from these pieces. And I think they're all considered, yep, one piece. So you've got to do all of them. Okay, I finished that floor cap, whatever it was, $7.50, and it doesn't really look any different from here. So we got to start working up. But from this point forward, things are going to start looking much better because this is all very visible from the outside. And this whole base is one piece again. So this is going to be a little bit annoying, especially because of where you sort of have to stand for this. Like I've got to be kind of back here. It's too close if I go up there. And this is actually going pretty quick at this point. So I think the rest of this is going to go rather quickly. Maybe. Well, that part's not technically done, but it looks like it is because the top's not done. And I wonder if we could just get away with that. Can we just clean the visible parts and leave the unseeable parts unclean? No one would notice anyway. So turns out it was actually only like this that needs to be clean. I just need to get like a little sliver more somewhere because this part up here is an entirely different spot. So I need to find just a few of those little things. And that's somewhere along here. It's probably along the edge of that golden rail because I don't think I was super diligent about that. Strangely, well, looking for the other spot, I realized I'm not done this inner wall somehow. I'm not sure how far this goes. I didn't realize this inner wall was a separate piece. So now I need to find like one speck of dirt, probably right there. Yep, so you really got to pay attention to all the separate pieces because I thought that was kind of all one piece and it wasn't. But now I still need to figure out where the rest of that is. Or maybe the cap is now done. Well, I'm just going to keep working forward onto whatever the next step is, and before you know it, we'll be done. So these are not that bad to do really, especially if I use a yellow nozzle. It's not a huge area anyway, so I can just use the yellow real quick to scrub it real clean. These are actually going surprisingly quick, and that bodes well for the rest of it. I was worried these are going to be super tedious and annoying, but I can actually kind of half-ass it, and it lets me get away with it for some reason. Like, yeah, I can really be lazy on these. So that's probably the first half about done, and I can just kind of give this a quick once-over. I guess because they're so small, that counts. There we go. It's looking cleaner and cleaner. We'll work our way all the way up. So I think for now, I'm probably going to go something like this and just work sort of up and down, figuring out exactly what is what. These parts are probably going to need a pretty good scrub even with the yellow nozzle. I might be able to get away with green if I do a lot of overlap. Nope, I think these are going to be yellow pretty much no matter what, just because that stuff's so stuck on there. I did 6 overlaps with green, didn't seem to take care of it. So the hardest part of what's considered the lower column is probably going to be that strip, and this is considered a lower column flourish. I'll take its word for that. This probably won't be too bad. Some of these weird angles, probably a little bit annoying. So we've done like one little quarter of that. That didn't take too long though. We'll continue cleaning this bad boy up, and before you know it, this $1 million fountain will be good as new. And just like that, that kind of middle section is done. Now I just need to do the upper and these idiots, but we're 3/4 of the way there. This next section might turn out to be pretty annoying. I'm hoping the dirt isn't super strong and I'll actually be able to get a lot of it from right here. But there's a lot of weird little crevices and stuff I'm probably going to have to get into, and I'm seeing a lot of different name changes in the upper left for different parts of things. But I'll figure it out as I go. I'm just going to keep spraying stuff until things happen. I've got enough coffee to kill a horse, so I'll be okay. And I can actually stand on these swirly things to get a pretty good angle of a lot of this stuff. I'm not entirely sure of the different pieces yet, but the lower basin wall is just about done. And I think I just realized for the first time that there's gnomes up here. I'm still really going to try hard to avoid doing those because there's too many small little details. I finally just finished what's called the lower basin stone, which is that thing. Now it should just be a little bit more to get some of these guys done. They both ticked away, so I think that's basically everything below that layer. Yep, it's starting to look like one clean fountain. We're 80% of the way there. Probably going to need my ladder now. And then we can finally take a look at the top, and this is a little bit bigger than I thought, but it's still not bad. I'm thinking I can probably get away with a green one for a lot of this. The edges are their own separate little part apparently, so that's kind of nice. So before I even go all the way up there, I'm going to make sure I've got everything from underneath and the outside I can get. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to go back and forth a billion times. Okay, I've done the outside. That includes these little guys. I think I got them all, so now I can kind of try and figure out the rest of this. So these are going to be a little bit annoying because there's those weird little angles that are hard to see until you get right down beside them. And then the gnomes themselves are a different story. I'll probably do these ones as I go because they're a little less detailed, I think. Or they're going to be even more annoying because there's not really a good way to get at them from all sides. I need to like stand on his watering can, whatever this is, and spray down in all sorts of weird little angles and probably even go like this. And then I just fall down anyway, so we'll see what we can get from way down here, I guess. Literally nothing because it's not strong enough. These gnomes are going to be super annoying. Okay, the gnome pillars are done. I hope there's... Oh, there's a gnome up there. Well, we'll keep working our way inwards then, because I really don't know what else I would even do at this point. Remember when we were way down there, cleaning all of that? That really actually kind of puts it into perspective of how much power washing we've done so far. Really hope this is the last of the lower basin bowl, otherwise it's going to be hard to find whatever spots I missed. So that's really annoying, because I've definitely missed some of the lower basin bowl. Oh, never mind. I was worried I was going to have to get back underneath this and look up like this. But we're 84% of the way done, and it's looking quite clean now. Just a little bit up there to do. Just got to do this underneath part, which is probably going to take a good second. Luckily this dirt is very weak. The inside of the bowl went nice and quick. This is going to be a little bit more time consuming. I probably have to do individually these two, don't I? So I've got to wash a little bit, maneuver around awkwardly, take a few more steps without falling down. Oh, these are individual panels. I didn't realize that before. So I guess we're going back to the yellow washer just to be sure to get them all absolutely perfect. And the basin underside, I think the part that I missed was actually the outer side of this gold ring, which is really annoying to try and get. But luckily, since I'm out here anyway doing all these super tedious little idiots, we'll get them. There we go. I happened to finish the basin underside as I was trying to finish off these little panels. Look at how clean that's looking now. We just got a few more gnomes to do and then the top big gnome way up there. Or maybe not, because I don't know if I can actually get up there. Okay, we can somehow. The upper basin bowl and rocks are clearly part of the cleaning process. Okay, turns out I can probably just jump on up there. Not sure if this is how I'm supposed to do it, but yeah. Alright, well, now that I'm up here, I'm probably never going down again. I'm just going to make a new life here. But I'm also very carefully going to do this. I'm just going to go in circles until the basin is done, and then we'll worry about the gnomes themselves. Also, I've just realized that the edge is its own piece, so I need to work around the outside, trying to get a little bit more without falling down. Okay, just managed to get that. Now I'm going to finish the basin bowl. I don't even know why I'm doing this part. Only the birds are going to see it. And this is also considered upper basin bowl. This should be the last of the basin bowl. Now I just need to do the rocks and the idiot. I just realized I'm washing rocks. I know they're part of the fountain, but it feels weird to be washing rocks. I mean, they're rocks. They're basically made of dirt. Just about done with these rocks. Just need a little bit more. Luckily, they spray very easily clean. I should have been using a green nozzle, but I'm all about that yellow these days. Stones are done. Now for Big Boy. At least he sprays clean very, very easily. I've done it, finally. I've conquered the gnome. I'm the fountain now. Probably some fun Easter eggs out there somewhere. But for now, I really need to try and finish this idiot. I mean, he looks very clean. I just don't know what's left. There's still a little spot here and there, and that's just enough. Oh, okay, now I get it. He's clean. $5. Now we're going to take a look around to make sure I'm not missing anything at the top, and then take a step back to admire my handiwork. I know these ones are still rusty, but I like them rusty, and we're 95% of the way there, and I'm a 95% of the way done kind of guy. They should be happy with this anyway. This thing probably cost $10 million to build, and now it's clean again.